On the evening of 25th June, thousands of angry Kenyans entered the country's parliament, breached all barriers and burned down a part of it. The legislators, they fled from the place through a tunnel. Complete chaos erupted, the police opened fire, the military was deployed, and as per reports, at least 5 people have been killed and dozens injured in the firing. This came just minutes after the Kenyan lawmakers passed a finance bill that will end up dealing a big blow to taxpayers. These taxpayers were already struggling with extremely high costs of living. And all of this happened in a country which is East Africa's economic hub. Basically, here's what the entire story is all about. On 18 June, this finance bill was tabled in the parliament. What the bill proposes is that the government would raise taxes on essential items like internet data, fuel, bank transfers, and even diapers. The government basically wanted to generate $2.7 billion more in domestic revenue. They said it was necessary to pay interest on national debt and reduce the budget deficit. This sparked widespread outrage among Kenyans since the cost of living is already high. While the movement was primarily fueled by grassroots movement led by young Kenyans and mobilized through social media, it began peacefully with demonstrations across key cities like Nairobi and Mombasa. These cities were traditionally the strongholds of the ruling President Ruto, reflecting that the public at large was unhappy with the government's economic policies. Ever since the bill was tabled, demonstrations and protests started across the country. But despite the public outcry and the warnings from religious leaders, the bill was passed in parliament. President Ruto had been urging Kenyans to pay the taxes which had annoyed them because Ruto during his presidential campaign had vowed to put more money in people's pockets. But after being voted to power, his government removed crucial fuel and flour subsidies. Since being elected in 2022, Ruto has been asking Kenyans to pay their taxes. In 2023, the courts blocked some of his tax proposals, but the president threatened to discard them. This fueled anger even from his supporters, and this finance bill seems to have been the final straw for the public who are now demanding his resignation. The president has now vowed a full response to what he calls treasonous events.
I assure Kenyans that we shall provide a full, effective, and expeditious response to today's treasonous events. That criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people, their elected representatives, and the institutions established under our Constitution, and expect to go scot-free. I hereby put on notice the planners, financiers, orchestrators, and abettors of violence and anarchy that the security infrastructure established to protect our republic and its sovereignty will be deployed to secure the country and restore normalcy.